means that an electron, the core element of what we call our solid physical reality, is only a solid particle, is only matter when someone is looking at it. Otherwise, it's a wave and not solid at all. In his book, The Holographic Universe, Michael Talbot said, "There is compelling evidence that the only time quanta, or electrons, ever manifest as particles is when we are looking at them. When an electron isn't being looked at, it is always a wave." To put it the other way around, the natural state of an electron is as a wave. It only pops out of its wave state to form a particle in a specific location in space and time when it is being observed. Then, when it's not being observed, it goes back into its wave state. But it turns out that it's not just the electrons that pop in and out of existence. Listen to Dr. Jeffrey Satinover.
Matter is not what we have long thought it to be. To the scientist, matter has always been thought of as sort of the ultimate in that which is static and predictable. We like to think of space as empty and matter as solid. But in fact, there is essentially nothing to matter whatsoever. It's completely insubstantial. Take a look at an atom. We think of it as a kind of hard ball. Then we say, oh, well, no, not really. It's this little tiny point of really dense matter right at the center, surrounded by a kind of fluffy probability cloud of electrons popping in and out of existence. But then it turns out that that's not even right. Even the nucleus, which we think of as so dense, pops in and out of existence just as readily as the electrons do.
Dr. Satinover said, even the nucleus of an atom, which we think of as so dense, pops in and out of existence just as readily as the electrons do. So it is not only the electrons that exist as waves and then pop into a specific location in space and time when they are observed, but also the nucleus. And the most recent research has even found that whole atoms and molecules do the same thing. Physicist Nick Herbert says this means that the world behind our back, where we are not looking and cannot observe, is always a radically ambiguous and ceaselessly flowing quantum soup. But whenever we turn around and try to see the soup, our glance instantly freezes it and turns it back into reality. Herbert believes this makes us all a little like Midas, the legendary king who never knew the feel of silk or the caress of a human hand, because everything he touched turned to gold. Likewise, we can never really know the true nature of the quantum universe, because every time we try to observe it, it turns into matter. Richard Feynman, a physics professor at the California Institute of Technology, is reported to have said that if you really understand this double-slit experiment, you can understand all of quantum physics. You will hear me say fairly often that one of the best clues or hints about how our universe actually works can be found in our kids' video